Hey guys, it's time for Breakthrough with Coach Lou. Coming to you live from Accelerate Life University, XLR8Life.com. Coach Lou will help you break through anything that's stopping you. Are you ready to get the motivation, the energy, the life, and all the success you really want and deserve? With no further ado, here's Coach Lou.
Morning and welcome back to Breakthrough with Lou. We are into the throes of June. Isn't that amazing? We are halfway through 2023. Now, my question for you is, how was that first half? How did you feel about it? And how do you feel about your accomplishments in the first half of 2023? Are you ahead of the game? Are you rocking and rolling? Are you going, yes, 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 we've got this. This is awesome. Or are you going, holy crap, I'm so far behind. Oh my God, I'm nowhere near where I thought I would be. Or are you just kind of floating through life doing the same thing you've done for the last 10 years in June? And you really don't have any goals anyway. And you're just kind of getting through the drunge and the grunge. What is the truth here? So let me ask you a question. Do you find yourself wandering through life wishing you had more, better, more quality in your life? Do you feel held back? Or you're like just not one of those kind of successful people? I'm just kind of average. I'm not one of them. Well, good news is you're not alone. Okay. It's normal to feel like there should be more in life. It's normal for you to think you're meant for more. And sometimes you may think you haven't been given the same opportunities as others have been given. These are normal beliefs for normal human beings like you and I. We have these feelings, these emotions. I'm going to tell you a little truth this morning, though. The first two are true, okay? There is more. You should have more. You should be doing more. There is way more to the truth of the fact that there is more out there. The third one, my friends, is a blatant, bold-faced lie, okay? This is a lie you tell yourself or someone close to you has told you, and you choose to believe this garbage, okay? While on the outside, it may look like others may have or had a bigger, better opportunity than you did, okay? But the truth is, opportunity is not given, my friends. It is taken. Yes. Okay. So the reality is, and I know you might feel that the word take might be uncomfortable to you. You might be, I'm a giver. I'm not a taker. Well, when it comes to opportunity, you got to take the opportunities when they come. That doesn't mean you're taking something away from somebody else. You're just taking what's yours. That's yours. Your ability to take the opportunity and run with it is yours. And you might be going kind of like, what do you mean here, Coach? It's just almost rare to never that a great opportunity is just handed to you. Really? It seems like that other people just get handouts. Well, handouts are not opportunities, my friends. So the deal is you must visualize it. You must see that opportunity. You must seek it. You must look for it everywhere. You must dig for it. But frankly and honestly, you have to create your own opportunity. You can look around and you can seek and go, oh, I'm going to get a good parking space. And what are you going to get? You're going to drive in circles for 10 minutes. You'll get that good parking space. But shit, you could have been in and out of the store already by the time you get that front row parking space. And if you look down and you see a belly of any sort, and you're looking for a front row parking space, probably you need to look for a back row parking space and do some walking. And I'm not saying that to be judgmental or nasty. I'm just saying that if you're not in tip-top physical shape, the last thing you should be oming and focusing on is a front row parking space. Unless you're truly handicapped and you need to, that's a different story. But I'm talking about the rest of us out here that can get up and walk. You might get a little winded. You might go, oh, I don't feel like walking that far. But I'm not talking about somebody who can't walk. I get it. You need that front row space. That's yours. But the rest of us, get your butts back there and get out and move that body. Okay? So the deal is here, most often when opportunities just handed to someone, they'll piss it away or take minimal action at best. You say, coach used a potty word. Yeah, I did. Not to be cool or, I can swear or I want to be offensive, because I want to drive this home. I could say, well, some people, they don't take full advantage. Bull crap. They piss it away. If you're handed a great opportunity and you don't take it and you don't run with it 100%, and it's something that most people never get the chance for, shame on you. Don't pee it away. Okay? It's when you seek it out, grab it, take it, and run with it that it becomes real. Okay? So the cool thing is, over the next 5 weeks, bear with me, technical difficulty. Over the next 5 weeks, guys, we are going to rock and roll. Okay? We're going to absolutely fly with this concept we're talking about today. There is so much, yet it's so easy. Okay, we're going to dig up the real secrets to the success so you can put these simple yet profound secrets to work for you to ensure your success. Now, are we going to ensure specific, exact, okay, if you do this, this, and this is exactly what you're getting? Well, I wish I had that formula that I could tell you, okay, if you work 32 and a half hours per week, and you sit in front of your computer and you type 120 keystrokes a minute, and you do this, this, and this, you're going to be a millionaire by the end of the year. No, but I can tell you this much. If you're working on writing a book or a program or something like that, and you don't sit down to your computer and do the keystrokes and put in the effort, you put in 15 minutes a week, you're probably not going to get there. Okay. So is there guarantees to anything? No, it's never guaranteed. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. Although there's a good chance you're going to be here. Most of us will be here tomorrow. Few of us don't get that blessing. So you better take today as a real gift. Okay, but 3 things I want you to really understand. Just because you follow through does not guarantee that exact success. But if you do nothing, I'm going to guarantee you're going to get nothing or actually lose ground. We don't ever stay static. You're moving forward or you're going backwards. Interesting concept. There is no neutral, okay? Because life is not flat. You're always on a hill one way or the other. Either you're going forward or you're going backwards. Now, if you really accelerate, you're going forward even faster. That's great. Some people say, yeah, but if you go so fast, you could crash. Yeah, you could. Some people crash. Some people go all in and get a learning experience. Not a failure. Let's call it a learning experience. Interesting, right? You know, we've all failed in life, right? Put your hand up if you failed at something. Oh, come on. Put your hands up if you failed more than once at something. You know, seriously. But have you ever looked back at something that at the time you considered was a total failure, and then realized if that hadn't happened to me, I wouldn't be who I was today, or I wouldn't have learned, or I wouldn't have come around the bend to the next thing. And look, because I learned how to innovate because of that quote unquote failure. Let's maybe reterm that a learning experience because it was something that did something amazing for your progress. You look back and you go, I'd rather fail big than just crawl through. Because crawling through and just staying under the radar, keeping your head down, unless you're in jail, then you might want to keep your head down and stay under the radar. But I mean, other than that, in the civilian world, you might want to go forward, go high, go strong, go 125, 150, 210%. I think 210% is a whole lot better than 100%. If you're going to go all out, go all out. If it's going to blow up in your face, let it blow up nuclear style. Nothing worse. I'm not a fan of Neil Young, but what was it? It's better to burn out than to fade away. It's probably the only intelligent thing that man ever said. But, you know, the reality of it is that's so true. Wouldn't you rather absolutely go 110%, 210% and have it go boom and get all this learning experience, but go, wow, I really enjoyed this journey and everything else, than to get to the end of your life and go, I barely got kind of by it all. I stayed away from anything scary. What? What? You threw your life away. Wow. Okay. So remember, you're not guaranteed. I'm not guaranteeing you $1 million if you put videos on TikTok. I don't know what kind of videos you're going to put on TikTok. Maybe you can make $1 million with videos on TikTok. There are some that do. But see, these are the things. But if you don't try, if your goal is to be a TikTok hero and make a million doing it, but you never post video one, you're losing ground. You're wasting time. You're sitting there thinking about it. You can think about it all you want. Well, I think about it. Oh, I focus on it. In The Secret, it tells me to sit back and visualize. Hey, boom, Rhonda was right on with the visualization. You've got to have clear picture. You got to focus on it. You got to think about it all the time. When you want something, you got to have it oozing out of your pores. But then you got to do something with it. You can't just sit there and think about it and it's going to happen. Okay. Number 2, success is not only reserved for the highly educated, the lucky sperm club, in other words, those born into wealth, or the 100 other reasons you could try to disqualify yourself from being able to succeed at massive levels. And that's different for everybody. Not everybody's success is measured in dollars. Not everybody's success is measured in how many pounds of iron they can push off their chest. Okay. I highly recommend being able to strength train and be very strong. And I highly recommend being highly financially successful. But that's not everybody's goal of success. Some people, it's to be the best parent possible. Other people, it's to serve their God and be a minister. They could be broke and not care if they're getting their message out. Some people, it could be political reform. Some people, it could be rescuing people in danger. Whatever it is that is your success, you can find 100 reasons to disqualify yourself. I'm too old, I'm too young, I'm too fat, I'm too skinny, I was born in the wrong time, somebody already has this idea, somebody's already doing it. You know what's great about somebody's already doing it? You got a mentor and a role model. Not always is that mentor and a role model the person you're going to model and pattern after. Sometimes you learn what not to do from them. I got to say that from my dad a little bit. He was a good role model in work ethic and everything else. Not a real lovey, cuddly kind of guy. Not that daddy type of, when Lex was little, I'd come through the door, she'd fly off the couch or whatever, daddy, and hugs and want to be riding around on my shoulders and go everywhere, and that was her safe spot up top on my shoulders, little hands on my head, looking around going, this is the best place in the world. Yeah, and that kind of dad. Okay. But he was that kind of dad that taught me how to work, taught me a work ethic, taught me, ethics in general. He was an ethical man. Pain in the butt at times. And I thought because he wanted stuff done right. He had an interesting comment he used to make to all of us. And he especially directed at me. He was like, it's never enough time, because we were always busy and under pressure. And there was too much of that. He wasn't a super highly educated man, self-educated, but he resisted things that could have made things easier. But he would always say, and this was one of the most intelligent things, there's never enough time to do it right. But it's amazing, there's always time to do it over. And he was right. Oh, he hated that when I was a kid. I'm like, rah. But the truth was, that was truth. Do it right. Do it right the first time. But don't disqualify yourself, okay? You have gifts within you, okay? And you might be going, I'm really not designed to be a gymnast. My body's not that style, and not everybody's bodies are totally designed to match certain activities. Anybody can improve their body from where it is to a different level. But, sometimes, and I don't want to say this, but maybe that's not your highest and best use, but yet you have an amazing ability to read people and to hear between the lines in that. So maybe you don't go become a gymnast for your career, but you certainly are a great psychologist. And you might say, hey, but I love the gymnast thing, even though I'm not designed for it. I'm 4 foot tall by 4 foot wide and have really short arms. And, there's some things that I was not born like that person that really is suited for that. But it doesn't mean you can't go take your gym classes or your gymnast classes and do it as a hobby even. Doesn't mean you got to totally disqualify yourself. And it could mean that no matter what your physical limitations are, you're sitting there going, I'm going to do this anyway, and I'm going to prove a point. You become the 4x4 gymnast with the tiny little arms that it rocks the world, and you prove it to everybody else that they can do it. Or it all depends. But don't disqualify yourself. The other thing on the side of that is when you talk about not disqualifying yourself, don't focus on your weaknesses. Everybody's teaches you, and this is the problem I have with the standard education. You suck at math, work more on math, spend more time on math. Well, that's a hateful circle. I hate it. I'm not good at it. I got to work more on it. Makes me mad. I hate it more. That's a circle of eights there where you're constantly, you're spending time where you're not good. You don't like it, but you are great at spelling. Well, why wouldn't you focus on, instead of going into math competition and giving yourself ulcers, why wouldn't you go into spelling bees and compete against people who are good in what you're good at, instead of going into your weaknesses and working on those? Now, I'm not saying that you don't work on areas of improvement. There's a big difference. If you are a gymnast and you get your soft in the middle, but the rest of you is kind of there, well, you're going to want to strengthen up that core area because it's a necessity for what your passion is. But if you're not a gymnast and you're a psychologist, you might not focus on going, I really got to have the strongest core ever to be the best psychologist ever. Not saying let your body go either, but I'm just saying that might not be your number one focus. Do you see where I'm going with this? Amplify your strengths, and there are some weaknesses you do have to give a little bit of attention to. I've heard it put, ignore your weaknesses and they'll go away, or hire somebody to do what you're weak at. For the most part, the stuff you're not great at, hire somebody if it's within your business. But you also have to continually make sure you're improving. Just give more focus to what you're great at. If you're a great public speaker, but you're not really great at writing the copy that goes along with the course or whatever that you're doing, have somebody write the copy for you, give them the concept, and focus on your public speaking where you're engaging the people in a way that you're great, instead of sitting there going, I got to learn to write better. I got to really, improve my writing skills. That you'll drive yourself up a wall and you're not focusing on what you're great at. So it's a fine line. You can't ignore your weaknesses, but don't live in those, if that makes sense. All right, number 3, you must be willing to dream like a child. And children trip and fall occasionally. They make mistakes. You got to take action even when it's uncomfortable and reframe, like we were talking about earlier, the failure into learning. Okay? Failure is not failure if you learn from it. Learning's a great thing. Experience is a great thing. So you see where I'm going with this. This is going to be an exciting month, guys. I'm kind of giving you an overview of what we're going to do, but digging into it as well. So with that out of the way, let's see what this exciting journey is going to hold for you. What is up for this next 5 weeks? Okay. So how about we define success? Please do these exercises. If you're not driving right now, and if you're driving, you might want to pull over for 2 minutes and do this. 2 5 minutes, whatever, to start your week out right. If you're not worth that, you can't dedicate that to you, you got a problem. We need to really talk, and you need some coaching. This is going to open up your mind and open up some of those doors you need to succeed. Okay, you ready? You got a pen and paper out? You got your notes out? Hey, you might even pull out if you got another device, which usually most people have more than one device if you're driving, and just talk to your device, record. Voice memos are amazing. What is your definition of success? No, not just the dollar amount. I know we all go there right away. What is your true definition of success? And success being what fulfills you. Okay. You can have success, quote unquote, without fulfillment, and that is true failure. Okay. You need both in there. What is that definition of success? Just jot down real quick a couple of thoughts and ideas on that. This isn't write a book time. This isn't sit here and contemplate for an hour. First thing off the top of your head, what is your definition of success? Number 2, this is going to be a faster question. Simple one. Do you currently feel successful? You might be, well, that has many facets. Do you feel, if I said to you right now, are you successful, and needed a yes or no answer, what would it be? You might be, well, it's yes or no. At this moment, when I ask the question, I'm going to ask you one more time. Stop sidestepping me. Do you feel successful right now? Oh, okay. Well, see, there is no right or wrong answer to this. You might be going, absolutely, I am absolutely on top and ahead and doing things I never believed would be in my life at this point. Or you might be going, shit, I'm X age, and I really thought I'd be further ahead by now. I thought I'd be retired by now. I thought I'd actually be able to retire. I thought I'd have a business by now, children, a great relationship, and I don't have it. Or you might go, I got all this stuff and I'm ahead of the game, but I still want a next level. You can be successful and still want a next level. You can feel successful and still want a next level. That's all in your standards you're going to hold for yourself. So don't answer no if you feel like $1 million and you feel like you're rocking and rolling, but you want more. That doesn't mean you're not successful. Okay? And you could have all this good stuff going on and not be fulfilled and tell me, absolutely not, I don't feel successful. I could be talking to a billionaire out there that says they're not successful, and I could be talking to somebody who's barely scraping by with an efficiency apartment and a bicycle that they didn't have a month ago because they were living on the streets, and they'd be going, hell yeah, I'm successful. I got a roof over my head and some wheels under my feet to go to work, and I put away the hooch, and I'm good to go, and, yeah, I'm successful. I'm succeeding. Okay, it's a matter of terms here, my friends. So I'm going to ask you one last time. Do you feel successful right now? Okay. You see, and there's no right or wrong answer. Now, the big question is, do you feel you're really putting the effort into your success? Or is it just a distant wish of what could be, have, or do for you? Ooh, now there's the question. Are you still putting the effort in? If you feel successful, are you still putting the same effort that got you to your success? Or even more to get you to the next level? And if you don't feel successful, are you really putting in the effort? Or are you pissing around in your pity party, swimming in the swamp with everybody else with 100 excuses why it's the president's fault, why it's the governor's fault, why it's the previous president's fault, why, everybody's got a little different opinion on current events and current world. Okay, I've got my opinion too. And you know what? I defend your right to voice yours and my right to voice mine. We're not going to go into politics this morning on the show. But I'm no secret to what I believe, and you shouldn't be any secret to what you believe. Okay? But the thing is, it's not about blaming somebody else. Good, bad, or indifferent. Right, wrong, or somewhere in between. It's about taking the responsibility for your own successes right now. Okay. We're going to wind this up pretty quick this morning because I'm respectful of your time. It is Monday morning, baby. You definitely want to get rocking. So I got another question for you. How do you feel when you see somebody else succeeding? Dun, 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 dun. Question of the day. Now, we know we're all compassionate, loving, honorable citizens that love to see everybody succeeding with us and watch them, grow. And oh no, the truth is we all have that little bit of tall poppy syndrome where it's like, you see somebody growing faster than you, there, chop them down to keep them to your level. That's the way to That's a way to not feel like a failure. Yeah. Okay. If you're in the city and you're a builder and somebody's building the biggest building, the biggest, most beautiful building, how do you say, how do you compete with that? You knock their building down, of course. You call and make sure their permits get held. No, you build a bigger, better building. You see the difference? You don't tear them down. Honor somebody who's succeeding and model them. And when you give a little bit of praise truly from your heart to somebody who's succeeding, wow, you all of a sudden have this different feel towards your overall being when you can honestly look and go, I'm really happy to see somebody succeed. Not jealous. Okay. Now, are you happy or jealous being the question? But if someone's success around you makes you feel uncomfortable about where you are, not that you're resentful towards them, but it makes you feel uncomfortable because something in you goes, I ain't getting off my butt. I'm not doing this. Oh, wow. Yeah. I should be further ahead in life. That's okay. That's not envy and resent. When you're resentful and you want to go after them and tear them down and say must be nice or they're not a good person, that's why they succeed and you don't. Okay. When someone's succeeding at something, especially something you want to be successful at, don't be jealous. Rather ask, what can I learn from them? What are their qualities that have developed to make them that way? How could I befriend them and get to know them, and maybe they would even help me and say, hey, I've been down that path. Let me tell you what to avoid. Let me tell you where the potholes are, the rattlesnakes, the this, that, and the other. Let me tell you where the cutoff is that cuts years off of the journey, and just by going one way and making a circle around, you cut off all this, or where it looks like a dead end somewhere else actually just has a detour around it. Go learn from them, be around them, show support for them. Because guess what? If somebody's mega successful around you and you feel what used to be maybe jealousy, or it's not right or not equitable or not fair, nothing's equitable and fair. The only thing you have a right to is to be born into this world, have opportunity, and not be held back, abused, injured, mistreated. Beyond that, it's all on you, my friends. But, get close to them, learn from them, okay? So you might feel overwhelmed at first when you think of starting to work on being more successful. Where do you start? This is, all this amazing things that I could have. But my God, there's so much work and so many moving parts, and I'm only one person. Well, Rome wasn't built in a day, okay? But they also didn't sit around and talk about it too long. They talked about it, had a vision, they got down to work and took action, built a team to do it. See, when you get a team and you do recruit people for the areas you're not as good at in your life, maybe you suck at cleaning your house and it takes you all day. Wow. Maybe you could pay somebody $100 to clean your house. They're in and out in 3 hours, and you're like, man, they make good money doing this. I'll do it myself. But it takes you 8 hours to clean your house, and you're not happy and you're angry about it when you're doing it. Okay, that is the time to build the team in your life. Now, maybe you love cleaning house because you get to put a motivational program on, or you get to listen to episodes of Breakthrough with Coach Lou while you're cleaning your house, and you get motivated, and it makes you go quicker. And then you're writing down notes to yourself because you're getting ideas while you clean, and you just love it because it connects you to your family. Then that's something you're not going to farm out. Maybe you're like, yeah, I need to write that copy. Maybe you need to, while you're cleaning, dictate that copy and let somebody else write it because you hate it. Because when you sit down to the computer, you look like Elmer Fudd going click, 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 and it takes you 8 hours to write what somebody else can knock out and copy in less than an hour. See, that's the deal. Okay? But the deal is, in Rome, when they built it, they took action. It wasn't always perfect, as you can see if you saw some of the old, renderings. Some of the buildings weren't exactly straight and everything. They learn from their mistakes. Okay. Success isn't a destination, it's a journey that leads to growth along the way. Success without growth is really not much success. Okay. So, what's really cool though is that you're probably not the first person who's working on this particular focus that you're looking at. Like we said earlier about somebody who's gone that path already and knows the pitfalls, get a mentor, learn from them, watch from their successes, but also learn from their learning experiences, aka failures, to shorten your path. Don't do some of those things. Another one of my dad's things were don't do as I do, do as I say, and learn from my mistakes because I've already done them. And okay, well, the don't do as I do and do as I say, we all know is wrong because people are going to follow your example, not your lip service. But the other side of that was he was right on some of the stuff is, let's learn from some of the things you may have already done that didn't work so well. Okay, let me learn from that. Learn from somebody else's. Another key factor, and the real key factor I want to share with you today again, and I alluded to this earlier, is fulfillment is the key. Success without fulfillment is really failure. Okay. So, what is your purpose for wanting your success? Your why. Okay. Who are you going to become? Okay. Who are you going to bring success to in the process of your success? See, stuff goals are great. Oh, I want a new house. I want a new car. I want this. They motivate you. They pull you. Don't dismiss that. I want to be a better person, so I'm going to work 80 hours a week on this project. And then when it's all done, I'm going to say, I'm a better person and I'm tired and I got dark circles under my eyes. And well, that was great. But if you set yourself when I get that book written and published, I'm getting that Raptor F-150 that I wanted. Or I'm getting that Tesla, or I'm getting that go-kart, or that beach cart, or that beach bike, or I'm going on this vacation. I don't know what it is for you. But when you have that stuff goal, oh yeah, that's yummy. That's rewarding. And then once you hit the stuff goal, you realize, okay, I got it. Great. I'm looking out. There's my F-150 that I got. It's not a Raptor yet. But I'm looking going, oh yeah, I didn't have that a few months ago. And that's great. But it's, okay, well, what changed in me in the process of using that as a win goal? Okay, this is what I'm going to get when I hit this goal. And I'm like, all right, great. The F-150 is great. I get in it every day and drive it now and like it better than the van. And I'm like, but it's not the same as it was the first few days. I'm like, okay, still glad I have it. But what did I gain in the process of setting that thing goal or my thing reward for hitting the goal? And that's the true win. Okay. So there are key components of success that we're going to discover each week over this 5-part series to help you design your success map. Okay. So here it goes. This is what we're going to do over the next few weeks. So be prepared for it. If you were driving or whatever, you couldn't do those quick exercises we did earlier, go back to the site at XLR8. That's XLR, the number 8, life.com. And do those exercises because they're going to be integral over the next few weeks. All right. On the 19th of June, we're going to delve deep into what has been stopping you or what is currently stopping you from hitting your goals or getting the life you deserve. What's holding you back? We're going to delve into that to understand that. Now on the 26th, we're going to give you the green light to pass by your stopping blocks and get rid of those stop signs and red lights, giving you a green light go. What does it take to really go and get this going? And then on July 3rd, we're going to do the MAP, massive action plan. Like Tony Robbins coined that one years ago. So it's not my acronym, but I live by it. Creating the massive action plan because that is a map to where you're going. By the way, July 3rd, depending on the schedule for that week, I may have a time conflict. We may have to do the show a little bit earlier. So get you up earlier on July 3rd, possibly. I will keep you abreast of that one. And then on July 10th, the big secret revealed. What we're all leading up to, because there is one key factor that's going to make this stuff happen almost on autopilot. I'm very hesitant to say the autopilot thing, because a lot of times people think, oh, it's set it and forget it. It's not, but there are certain ways you can align this so that a lot of it becomes automatic. And I don't want to say the word of what the key word is, because I want you to stay on. I want you to learn, and this is a process. This isn't me turning on a microphone and an iPhone and going, all right, I'm going to chat for a little while and give some ideas. I do that a few times during the week, and we're turning that into a podcast too, Coach Lou to Go, where I get in the car and have an idea I want to share with you, and I just do a quick live, and we're gonna turn that into something more. Not sure what my overall vision is for that yet. That's why it hasn't been totally put there, but the content's getting made, and I'm watch for those random lives. But what I'm saying is there is that one little secret that I'm going to share with you. Okay, it doesn't cost you anything. I'm not charging you for this, guys. We don't charge for Breakthrough with Lou. Now, if you will please, and I'll put the links in it. Life Boost Coffee. If you're a coffee drinker, best coffee in the world. Plus, it's very alkaline for coffee, totally organic, single source, just the most amazing coffee. They roast it to order, deliver it to your door. And coffee is one of the most toxic products in the commercially available coffee. Pesticides, all kinds of stuff like that to protect the coffee beans, and doesn't protect the consumer in the end. This is the cleanest, best coffee, but the thing is it tastes great. I'm a guy. We all know. Guys, our food choices are 90% based on taste. Ladies, in my years of coaching, oftentimes if you love or hate a food, it is based on consistency. Now, it's not always the case, but it is staggering, the numbers. And it's not the stuff of, well, I kind of like this or I kind of like that. Everybody kind of likes stuff that tastes good. That's not a sexist comment. But if a lady says to me, oh my God, I can't stand that, I'm like, can you tell me what it is? And they're usually 90% of the time, and this is years of my own research, consistency. It's slimy, it's this, it's that, If you say to him, why, he's like, oh, I hate that food. Why? Ugh, it tastes like X. Now, on the flip side of that, you say to a gal, oh my God, this is my favorite food. I love cucumbers. How come? The crunch. You say to a guy, oh, I love cucumbers. Why? Oh, the taste of that thing is just delicious. Let's face it, most guys, we'd eat pond scum as long as it tastes good. So my whole point to that is the taste of Life Boost coffee. Oh, the best. A little splash of whole cream and some coconut oil. Absolutely delicious, good for the brain health. The coconut oil really does help with brain cognition. That's my opinion, but it's backed up by a ton of research too. So do your research on that, guys. That's your health tip for the day. Live with faith, energy, passion. Always live your dreams. This is Coach Lou. I'm going to sign off this morning, and we are going to regroup next week. I'll see you guys soon. Be blessed. Have an amazing day.
Ready to take it to the next level? Tune in to XLR8Life.com for our live shows, encore presentations, life-changing courses, and live coaching with Coach Lou himself. As Coach Lou always says, live with faith, energy, love, passion, and always live your dream.